because they have more time to throw the football and some wide open space, but when it doesn't, that's a guy who gets a free run into the backfield, and oftentimes the QB ends up on his backside as he did there.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there.
8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
On third down, Bradshaw looking for the end zone. Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3 and out, and then you take it down and score points.
You know what that tells me? They sold their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3 and out. We're going to take the ball downfield and score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this. We're going to stop it. Then we're going to take the ball. They won't be able to keep up with us. And they got it done.
Now the extra point. And he'll put it through to make it 7-0 Steelers. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away.
Here comes Hall. He's going to bring it out. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Now here come the Browns again at Charles Cleveland in 2020. A bit of a revenge tour, I guess you could call it. You think about their 11-5 season. They go to the playoffs for the first time since 2002. They defeat the Steelers of all teams in the wild card for their first playoff win since '94. And now you're really starting to sense that momentum picking up in Cleveland.
Without a doubt, and this roster got better in the offseason, both through free agency. So people are wondering, are they going to take a got a chance to actually win it this year. Love what they're doing on offense with Baker Mayfield, Nick Chubb running the football, being able to throw it out wide, but the defense got better. Myles Garrett, a full season out of him, he could be an MVP candidate rushing the quarterback.
And week 1, well, the schedule makers did him no favors. They go to Kansas City. The fans will be back. The bottled waters will be flowing. Should be a tough atmosphere.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. He'll drop to throw. Flush to his right. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Second and 8.
A give to the fullback on the dive. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with third down coming up.
As diverse as the running game has become in the NFL, there's still a place for the fullback position. And on that play, he gained nice yardage.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2.
And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
Let's go!
A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Football is such a game of tendencies, down and distance, and on 3rd and inches, 3rd and 1, you're thinking, man, the fullback's probably going to get the ball. But when you get to 3rd and 2, most of the time that's either the running back or a pass play. So that's a nice tendency breaker by the offensive team there. Hand it to their big guy to pick up a first down.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
So, Charles, this defense in for a tough matchup. What do you think the game plan is here tonight?
Well, I think the game plan is the same as most, which is, hey, pass rushers, do your job. Coverage guys, do your job. And the linebackers are going to be a mix. Sometimes they'll drop in coverage. Sometimes they'll pressure the quarterback. But all in all, you never want to let that quarterback get a string of completions going, because if so, they're hard to deal with, and it makes for a long evening.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
How about that call handed to the big guy in that situation? Normally you think of him as a real short yardage runner, but in this case they trust him to get a few more yards than that. I remember an old New York Giants quarterback, a Super Bowl winning quarterback, telling me he loves offense coordinators who call the plays with a little bit of abandon.
And he slides to a halt inside the 10. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
They'll set up to throw. Touchdown, Browns. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up.
CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point, because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone.
Point after, right down the middle.
And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Now Pollard. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Well, Charles, these Pittsburgh Steelers, as they come back out here on offense, this is a team that you're going to see week 1 against the Bills in Buffalo. That should be a very intriguing matchup. And I think this is an intriguing team. Ben Roethlisberger, yes, he's back, but he's now 39 years of age. And, yes, we've seen Tom Brady do it into his 40s, but we'll see what Big Ben has left in the tank.
Yeah, and I think he's got plenty left in the tank. I know the season didn't end the way that anyone would have expected after their start. I mean, you start out with 11 straight wins. You don't expect to lose 5 of your last 6 and go home early. But Ben Roethlisberger had a nice season.
And got his man complete. And all the way down to the 35.
You think about this strong safety position, they're the more bulkier guys in the free safety, but that time great athleticism to hustle in and break up that play.
And you can just see that whole play developing. That's where, as a defender, you just lock in on your target and say, I'm not even thinking about breaking stride. I'm running straight buckle, because where it goes, that's where you find his body and make a great play.
They'll run. Here's Harris trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily. You're right, but he did there.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Back to throw. Bradshaw. And this is incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Bradshaw. A bullet throw, but incomplete. The Browns' D locked in on 3rd down, brings up 4th.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
And his kick here is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
Here's the Steelers' kick team as they'll boot this one away. On the return, here's Hall. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Complete to Newsom. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down. Our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. The start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. And able to elude one tackler, but only gets this back to the line of scrimmage. I call it no gain there on the 1st down play. Here's 2nd and 10. On the give, this is their fullback. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. Back to throw here. And this is going to be incomplete.
I'll tell you what, these last couple of drives, much better from a defensive perspective. They gave up a touchdown on the opening drive, and then after forcing a punt on their last possession, it looks like they're going to get the football back again.
The Browns send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. And they must have seen something leading up to this one that said, hey, we're going to be able to go deep because they've gone deep with a lot of success.
And pick your phrase, pick your code words, your buzzwords, whatever, vertical stretch, deep passes, go routes, right? What's that route you love? What's that route you love? Four verts. All of it working because they're able to find ways to get deep and for him to show off that big arm.
We see some of that big arm right here. He has been great. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take.
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. He's picked off near his own 48, and he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
The coverage that time was unbelievable the whole way around. I mean, you've got a quarterback just standing back there in the pocket. He had all night to survey the field, and he still couldn't find anybody. And when he finally did throw it, he threw it to the other team.
With the football going back over now to the Cleveland Browns.
And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Now a carry here for the fullback. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He'll buy some time, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in his first half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
And it's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket. In this case, you got to make sure the inside pressure and the outside pressure match, and maybe even a second wave to make sure if he squirts free, you've got someone to tackle him.
The Browns on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. He'll look to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
The Browns send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback.
Now the Steelers getting set and ready for their next possession.
And last time, 1 play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
They'll run with Harris. And not much room there as he'll get it up only to about the 21. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Normally when you see a short gain in the middle of a 3-4 defense, go ahead and pat the nose tackle on the back because he's holding things up and taking out extra blockers, which allows one of the inside linebackers to roam free and make the tackle.
They run with Harris. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
And that's why the fullback position was created. You just want a big, strong, powerful guy you can hand the ball to and pick up good yardage.
The Steelers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Looking to throw. Bradshaw got his man complete over the middle. That's Bell. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
That pattern and scheme was well defensed on 3rd down. He tried to just sprint from one side of the field to the other, and they got it to him quickly. But no chance at yards after the catch there, and they stop him short.
The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Bring it!
Well, the #1 mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
And what a great call defensively there because they decided to bring pressure off the corner. And a lot of times, those big linemen, they can't account for the speed of a defensive back. And that time, he made a beeline right for the quarterback and got him. The cat blitz, tough to defend.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
The Browns send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. And the Steelers set to take the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He finds Smith out of the backfield. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
When he decided to run a hitch route, it really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Second and 5.
Off the play fake. Bradshaw. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Well, on that one, they go with the play fake, CD, but I don't think anybody really was fooled. All eyes were fixated on the quarterback, and they got him to the ground.
And to run this play successfully, you've got to make sure that everyone is doing their part. You actually have to sell this play. You've got to sell the run action. Otherwise, why do you stop at the running back? You just run straight for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
And the Steelers on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Back to throw. Bradshaw. Caught here by Bell. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now as they're down to the 29-yard line. Off play action. Bradshaw. That's going to be caught. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. That's good for 28 yards.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal.
This is Harris. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. They run with Harris. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. It's the fullback taking it in. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. Well, if at first you don't succeed, try again. They go to the big man. Second time he gets it done.
Almost as if they were feeling like he was establishing a rhythm. Give it to him again and again, and how about the end result? Finishes it off in the end zone.
Touchdown, great run, and the score. Extra point right down the middle, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away.
Here comes Hall. He's going to bring it out. And he doesn't even get this to the 10. He's taken down at the 9.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
come out throwing here to start the drive. He finds his man, complete. That's Logan. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. First down now, but that clock rolling. Now back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Now that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
The Browns trying to get back and set quickly here. Time ticking away. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Second and 3. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Boy, the coverage there, airtight as he comes away with the interception.
Love that observation there because they were taking a shot at the end zone, but you're right about the coverage. Absolutely tremendous. And this they could clip for a training tape. Staying with him down the field, locates the football in the air, and comes away with the interception.
The Steelers taking over now late in this first half. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room.
Throwing on first down. Bradshaw. Throw left side, going to be taken in by Harris. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Looking to throw. Bradshaw. And he's just going to get rid of this thing to no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
Well, to me, there was no question about the intent there, and I think he was a little fortunate that the penalty flag didn't come out for grounding. But he'll get away with it and get another shot on 3rd down.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Back to throw. Bradshaw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he will have a Steelers first down. Marked down a yard or 2 past the marker, following a gain of 6.
That was a route run, not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
So we reach halftime here in the Steel City with the Steelers on top as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. It was a terrific first half for the veteran.
Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter.
First things first, let's get a check on the next-gen stats from that first half for the Browns. And they did have some success running the football in those first 2 quarters. And that might be something they continue to work on as they try to get back in this game.
So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter.
No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense now with the football first here to begin the third quarter.
And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Harris. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
A good solid game there on first down, but the defense has to be happy they didn't let it pop for anything bigger.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. This is Harris. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
Watching that run takes me back to something a famous old coach once said. Any player he wants on his team, he wants him to be agile, mobile, and most definitely hostile.
On first down, Bradshaw. He's going to loft one deep left side here.
And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay, because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them, because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on third down. Looking to throw. Bradshaw. Throw left side complete. That's Harris.
Can you do any more work or make it more dramatic for not much gain than what we just saw there? Did you see how his toes got down? Tip-tap, got him down. But what did he get out of it?
He sold the sizzle. He just had no steak.
I mean, was it 1 yard?
Yeah, plays like that, you at least expect a first down. They're just 1 yard. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the
its job by forcing the punt to start things out, and now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
Now an inside draw. This is their fullback. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. And he's got his big tight end here. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
But give them credit for a good read right there because they read the man coverage on the right side and sent the tight end a few steps down the field and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. And he was able to get enough separation on this play to turn it into a nice gain.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
On play action, they'll throw. And his throw is incomplete.
And we just saw another example. These cornerbacks have played tight coverage all game long. Might start wanting to think about a few double, triple move routes to try and shake their guys free.
You're right, they have had no room to breathe.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Back to throw again. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
And we're into the second half now. This is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off.
The Browns send out their punter now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
On 1st and 10, Bradshaw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Now Harris. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
I know a lot of times we like to put players in certain boxes. He does this and he does that. But this guy, he can do a little bit of everything. He's not just a lead blocker or a guy who protects the passer. Handing the ball, he might want to get out of the way.
A good gain on first. Has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. A give to Harris. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
I don't know about you, partner, but on second and inches, a lot of the times I'm leery about the offensive guys thinking about taking a shot downtown. Instead, they just hand it to the big man and let him rumble forward for a first down.
They'll try and run with their fullback. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
And And there's the pickup he want on first down. All offenses say, you get me 4 on first down, we'll take it. How about if you get 5? They'll really be happy.
They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. Calling a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And this one complete to Smith.
And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, you don't often see a lot of first down carries by a fullback, and this is probably why. Often better suited for short yards and goal line types of situations. This last carry went for a loss.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Back to throw. Bradshaw. It's caught. Smith. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 25-yard line. A solid gain of 15 yards and the sticks move.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Good solid gain on first down, about what you'd expect from the big guy carrying the ball.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Bradshaw. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland.
These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, big man with ball met bigger man on the other side of the line. A really nice play for the defense.
taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
Let's face it, you always want a team full of guys who can get you first downs and big plays of all styles, but you've got to have a big man you can just turn and hand it to, and he can be dependable in picking up first downs.
They'll look to throw here on first down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And they will finally stop him, but a great return. Gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line.
You're looking there, the defensive back is maybe a step slower than he was when he came into the league a decade ago. I know I questioned his speed coming into the game, but what he's lost in speed, he's more than made up for it with intellect. And that's a great job of knowing how to position himself to make that interception.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
The Browns drive about to get started.
And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Browns with a deficit. They're trailing, but with the football here to start the fourth.
Second down and 3.
They're going to look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Logan. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Back to throw now on first down. Over the middle, it's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That's a 12-yard gain now on back-to-back plays.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? They'll look to throw now on first down. Looking middle, and that's complete. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be second and about a yard.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown.
They'll come up now on second and a yard.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Logan. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again.
It's a slant to Hill.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another first down.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding second half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a first down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire second half.
Flushed out right. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down.
Looked to me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short pickup.
Yeah, I don't think it was a big adjustment, but much more emphasis on making sure they knew where he was when he decided to take off and go.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Taking it in from 24 yards out.
And the Browns have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Well, time to let those folks know who are tuning in looking for the late local news. We may be a moment because we've got a game again.
And partner, except for those on the West Coast where it'll be seen in its regular time, right? That's the way it works, doesn't it? But how about that? Big time drive right there. If they're going to have any chance, they needed a touchdown there, and they went right down the field and worked their way into the end zone.
Extra point splits the uprights, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
Now Pollard. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. So, Charles, there are the numbers. What's happened here? Defensive adjustments that's caused him to sort of fall off a bit?
I think so. That has to happen. You've got to make some changes because in the first half, they were pretty effective. But the second part is sometimes when you're doing really well, you get off your game a little bit. You get off the gas a little. You're like, okay, we've got this thing. And that's not necessarily the case. Maybe right now, someone just needs to tell a joke in the huddle, loosen things up, and get their big guy going again.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the was felt also by the defense.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. This is where, fourth quarter, you got the lead, you give it to the big guy. Defensively kind of sucks the will out of them, doesn't it? Because they don't want to tackle him right now this late in the game.
Well, you say that with accusatory tones. I mean, but you're exactly right. I know it's not something we actually want to talk about, but as a defender, 4 quarters worth of trying to bring people down, 4 quarters worth of pounding, and now late in the game, here comes that big guy coming at you, and a lot of guys are wondering whether they want to come up and make that tackle at this stage of the game.
That'll give him 60 yards receiving now as he's got a first down.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, sometimes you read a defense thinking pass rush, and you see them all in those sprinter stances. You think you can get that quick hitter to the fullback and have it go for 7, 8, 9 yards, but not that time. They stuffed him before he could get back to the line of scrimmage.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. And this Browns defense coming to life. They get him behind the line for a second straight play. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Bradshaw. Hit as he throws. He lost the football. It's loose. And this is picked up by the Browns. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for a Browns TD. So a big turn of events there. This defense makes the play. They return it for the score, and now they have the lead.
So much for ball security for the offense. Playing with a lead in the second half, they give the ball up, and all of a sudden they're behind.
Big-time fumble. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. It's up and good to make it 21-17. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Now Pollard. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them. The coaches from all the way up here, they were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Throwing to start the drive. Bradshaw.
He'll complete this one to Swan.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw, Bradshaw. This is Smith with a grab. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
24 yards to gain there. Another first down as well.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Bradshaw.
Goes right back to Smith again.
And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. Now left side, a completion to his tight end.
That completion helps out in a nice way. Now they can take a little bit more time, but guess what? They've got to make sure on their throws that they see it open, not just anticipate it.
They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. He'll look to throw. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. So this defense, they looked a little shaky to start the drive, but bottom line, they're a play away from finishing it off.
They rocked them a little bit on this drive, didn't they? But as you and I both know, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. They have a chance to end it right here.
Down 4 late, got to go for it here on 4th down. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down.
Add that one to the good run tally right there. He's been strong throughout this game, and there's no reason to suggest he's going to slow down in the 4th quarter at all. And that's exactly what they need him to do. Keep churning out 1st downs.
One crisis averted, but they still need to move hastily. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
He's back to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. A desperation heave for the end zone. And did he get the feet down? No. They'll say he did not. It's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And this Browns defense stands tall. Well, their first fourth down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second?
And I believe the referee's been buzzed. Yeah, they want to take another look at this call, and it's certainly a big one here late in a tight game. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
Come on, baby, let's go. Get it done.
After review of the play, ruling on the field stands.
So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the official saw, as this play will stand as is.
The Browns drive about to get started. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point, as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for
They ain't
show.
moving the ball on this, D.
We got a plane to catch.
Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7.
And this is not going to be what they needed. They get a few here, but now 3rd down as the clock runs.
The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game.
And they will get the conversion on 3rd down, but the clock, a more pressing factor.
And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left. The Browns in victory formation now as they take the knee. A great come-from-behind victory in this one, Charles, and really the difference, obviously, was that 4th quarter. They dominated.
And it has to start with believing that you can make that comeback. Because we've been in games before. We've done games where you just look at one team and realize they have no chance of making it back. Not in the one we just saw here. They did it, and they did it well.